Definition of hyperbole. Hyperbole is a figure of speech in which exaggeration is used for emphasis or effect. Hyperbole is a deliberate exaggeration used to emphasize a point or express strong emotions. It's not meant to be taken literally, but is designed to create a dramatic effect. Exercise. Underline the hyperbolic expressions in the sentences given below. Number 1. We had to wait forever for the bus. In this case, the phrase wait forever is clearly not meant to be taken literally, as one cannot wait forever. Instead, it emphasizes how long the wait felt, even though the actual wait time may have been much shorter. The use of hyperbole helps convey the speaker's frustration or impatience with the situation. Second statement, I died of embarrassment. The phrase I died of embarrassment is an example of hyperbole, which is a figure of speech that involves exaggeration to emphasize a point. In this phrase, the speaker is not actually dying but is exaggerating their feeling of embarrassment to show how intense or overwhelming the situation was. This type of expression makes language more dramatic, more vivid, and more expressive. Sentence number 3. What's for dinner? I'm starving. The phrase I'm starving is an example of hyperbole, which is an extreme exaggeration used to emphasize a feeling or situation. In reality, the person is not actually dying of hunger, but they use the phrase to express that they are very hungry. This exaggeration makes the statement more dramatic, more impactful. For example, if someone hasn't eaten for a few hours, they might say, I'm starving, instead of just saying, I'm hungry, to emphasize the strong craving for food. Sentence number 4. I have a million things to do. In this particular sentence, in reality, the person does not literally have 1 million tasks, but they use this phrase to express that they have a lot of work or responsibilities. This exaggeration helps to convey a sense of being overwhelmed or extremely busy. For example, a student with assignments, exams, and projects might say, I have a million things to do, to stress how much work they need to complete, even though the actual number of tasks are much smaller. Sentence number 5. She is as slow as turtle. The phrase, she is as slow as turtle, is a hyperbole, meaning it's an exaggerated way of saying that someone is very slow. In reality, no one is literally as slow as a turtle, but the comparison highlights just how slow someone is in a dramatic way. Turtles are often associated with slowness because they have a leisurely pace. So, when someone is described in this way, it emphasizes their slowness in a fun, exaggerated manner. Hyperboles like this are commonly used for emphasis and to create a stronger mental image. Sentence number 6. I could sleep for a year. The phrase, I could sleep for a year, is a hyperbole, meaning it's an exaggerated way of saying that someone is extremely tired. Of course, it's not literally possible to sleep for an entire year, but this expression emphasizes just how exhausted the person feels. The idea is to convey that the person is so tired they could rest for an unusually long period, stretching the truth to create a more dramatic effect. Hyperboles like this are often used to show intense emotions or states like exhaustion in this case. Sentence number 7. It was the most amazing sight ever. The phrase, it was the most amazing sight ever, is a hyperbole because it exaggerates just how incredible the sight was. Saying it's the most amazing implies that nothing else could possibly be more amazing, which is an extreme and unrealistic statement. This is a way of emphasizing the awe or a wonder someone felt about what they saw. Hyperboles are often used to intensify emotions or reactions, and in this case, it suggests the sight was so incredible that no other experience could top it. It's an overstatement meant to express just how impressive the moment was. Sentence number 8. I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. The phrase, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse is a hyperbole, meaning it's an exaggerated way of saying someone is very hungry. Obviously, no one could actually eat an entire horse, but this expression dramatically emphasizes just how strong their hunger is. It's not meant to be taken literally. Rather, it's used to create a vivid image of how desperately hungry someone feels. Hyperboles like this help convey intense emotions or situations in a more colorful or humorous way. Sentence number 9. I can't live without him. The phrase, I can't live without him is a hyperbole because it's an exaggerated way of expressing how important someone is to the speaker. Of course, the speaker could technically live without that person, but the phrase emphasizes how much they rely on or care for them. It's not meant to be taken literally. It is meant to show deep emotional attachment or dependency. Hyperboles like this amplify feelings to make them seem stronger or more intense than they might be in a reality. Sentence number 10. That lecture went on forever. I was bored to death. The phrase, that lecture went on forever, I was bored to death contains two hyperboles. Went on forever is an exaggeration to emphasize how long the lecture felt. Obviously, it didn't last forever, but it felt like it went on for an excessive long time. Bored to death is another hyperbole, meaning the speaker was extremely bored, but not literally to the point of death. It's an overstatement used to express how intensely boring the lecture was. Sentence number 11. I've told you 100 times to wash the dishes. The phrase, I've told you 100 times to wash the dishes is a hyperbole because it exaggerates number of times someone has been told to do something. Of course, the speaker hasn't literally told the person 100 times, but they're emphasizing that they have repeated the request many times, possibly to the point of frustration. Hyperboles like this are used to stress the speaker's feelings or make a point more forcefully, in this case, highlighting how often they have had to repeat the request. Sentence number 12. This is the worst day of my life. The phrase, this is the worst day of my life is a hyperbole because it exaggerates how bad the day is. While it may feel like an incredibly bad day, it's unlikely to be the absolute worst day the person has ever experienced. The speaker is using hyperbole to emphasize how upsetting or challenging the day feels in that moment. It's a way of expressing intense frustration or disappointment, even if, in reality, there have been worse days in their life. Hyperboles like this are meant to make emotions or situations seem more extreme to highlight how the person is feeling.